What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Neeks Sports. This is the Neeks Sports podcast. And yes, it is race week. Formula One 2022 starts here. Welcome, guys. Episode 70 of the Neeks Sports podcast. How's everyone doing?
I'm blessed, man. I'm very blessed.
Very good.
Good.
So I've been watching Drive to Survive, and I thought I was over everything that happened last year. I thought, new season, fresh start, new racers, and new regulations, new director, and I'm pissed off all again. I was watching it calmly, 2-3 episodes in, and Michael Massey came on my screen, and I just turned it off. I was like, I can't do this. But it's over. That season's in the past. There's not much more. And you know what I say? There's not much more that can actually piss me off. But tomorrow, the report about basically what happened last season in Abu Dhabi. Yeah, Abu Dhabi, the final race of the season. That's going to come out tomorrow. And I'm going to be completely pissed off all over again. But it is what it is. Nothing's going to change. Max is the world champion. Mercedes 8 times Constructors Champion. Anyone can go first. Like, how do we feel after last season going into next season? Are you excited? Are you just, I don't know, what they call it? Like, you just feel like I'm done with the sport. I don't trust them. I know let's talk about whether people have fell out with no trust in Formula One and they have to regain that trust. How do we feel going into this new season?
I mean, I personally haven't lost any trust in F1. I'm still excited for it as ever. To be fair, I'm more excited for this season than I was last season, because obviously last season we're off the back of Mercedes dominating, and we're all going into it just thinking, well, it's just going to be another Mercedes rollover. Hamilton's going to take his 8th, and we're going to go into a new breed of F1. We're going to go into a new hybrid of cars. But it turned out to be one of the greatest championships we ever witnessed. Now we're going into a new season. Off the back of that, you can't help but be excited. And we're going into a new generation of cars, and it's anyone's game. It literally could be a 4-way horse, or it could be a 1-way horse. Like, it could be just one team just dominating from the scratch all over again, like when we had the Red Bull era with Vettel.
Yeah,
Mercedes era now, and then this era could just be it could be McLaren's era. Yeah, you honestly,
you wanted to say Ferrari. Just say it, Kyle. You wanted to say Ferrari. You held back. I'm not going to be biased.
No, because we already had Ferrari's era when it was Schumacher. We had Ferrari's era. So now, we might see a little McLaren era. You honestly, you don't know. And there's not much to really go off, because what we had is testing, and testing is testing. It's not anything to go by. So yeah, I'm pumped for the season. I'm excited as ever.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Anyone can go.
I'm not, man. Like, I don't.
Why not?
In all honesty, yeah. I saw Drive to Survive show up on my Plex. I was this close to deleting it, but I remember everyone else wants to watch stuff. Everyone else wants to see stuff. So I said, you know what? It's cool. I'm not watching it. I'm not boycotting it. Massey's gone. It's a step in the right direction. We'll see what happens this season. Obviously, I'm going to watch it, but there's just a sour taste in my mouth that just ain't going, man. And I hate, and then we'll just get people that be like, "Oh, do you watch Formula One?" I'm like, I just get angry all over again. I was over it, and then every time anyone mentions it, I just get annoyed, and then it's just all these posts online, and I just keep seeing it to the point where I think I've muted any Formula One, Massey, Hamilton. I've muted it all on my timeline. I don't even want to see it. But
quickly before we go on, Joanne, you got the worst video here. What's going on?
I have no idea. I think I know what.
He must be the
Yeah,
tech
the
guy.
worst. It looks fine here. What do you
Nah,
mean?
man, it's
I see
terrible.
everything. It's clear.
You know, it's like you've got.
I'm
It's
looking
like
at
you've
you
got.
potato.
Literally, it's a potato, or you've smart. You know what? I think you've got a. Oh, have you blurred the background?
There's a blurred background.
You blur the background, but
That's
you
probably
when you go
why.
back, you blur yourself as well. Somehow you were blurred anyway. Yeah, but even then,
Am I
it's
still
not
blurred now?
100% sharp. It's still not like
It's grainy.
Yeah, it's the webcam is crap. That's all it is, and I haven't plugged in my camera.
it's not 1080.
Yeah, this No, I'm sorry. This webcam is absolutely crap. But like Michael Massey. But it's just been. Yeah, it's been a turmoil. It's so funny because the group chat that we were in, like I started seeing Fantasy F1. I'm like, that's a bit weird that all the man them are just piping up now. And I was like, wait, hold on. I swear I left this group. why am I getting notifications for this? And then
have you
I
made your
realized
team?
that I've
Actually,
got it back.
have you made your team?
I didn't do a team last year because I didn't understand it. But
Well, now you had a whole season to understand it. Time to make your team. Actually, I'm gonna
okay,
pick
I'll
up.
give it.
Go on.
Yeah, I'll have a look later on tonight and see how that goes. But I'm excited, but obviously it leaves a sour taste than last season.
I'm gonna pin the fantasy thing in the chat, guys, and in the link in the description as well. So make sure you join the league, which obviously starts. Well, you start on before qualifying, so you need to make your team before qualifying on Saturday. Yeah, Ramsey, Nat, what you saying?
For me, this season, I've really titled this season as Hamilton's Revenge. That's it. This season, Hamilton's Revenge. I don't care about anybody other than him. He's going to get number 8. And he's going to show all the people that were hating on him, the pundit people, the drivers, anybody that was hating on him last season, this season, he's going to show them why he's the best. And they're going to have to eat their hats. Hamilton's Revenge. Yeah, that's the title of this week's episode. Hamilton's Revenge. I don't care. He's going to win. Yeah.
Eat their hats.
That's all I have to say.
What are you saying, Ramsey?
I don't understand what the issue is. Why is everyone's all tense, all angry, all annoyed? It's March. Middle of March. We're in Bahrain. We're ready to go. We're ready to go for a new season. Our reigning champion, Max Verstappen, is ready to defend his title for the first time. And we got a good challenge on our hands. We've got a couple new drivers swapping around in new teams with potentially point to prove to gain points. And I think it's going to be a good battle this year. And I think there'll be 1 or 2 surprises in there. And I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the season. As I said at the end of last year, the sooner Hamilton gets 8, the better. Because I'm just like, just get the 8, and I can just not that I don't, obviously I don't have no agendas, in F1. And I'm very balanced in all my views when it comes to everyone. Huh? You didn't hear me. I'm not gonna repeat it. Rewind the tape. And you didn't hear me. But I just need Hamilton to win so I can, just enjoy it. Whatever happens. After he gets his 8th. As I said, I'm the most balanced one here. So take my predictions without any bias and any hatred that we see from a few people in this chat. Listen, there's been a few changes to F1. So we know obviously we're in a new era in terms of car regulations. There's been a few changes in terms of the rules when it comes to safety car, etc., or clarification of the rules. But those were kind of by the by. Those things can change at all at any point, even middle of the season, middle of the race, it can change. In terms of the car changes, regulation, they got changes to the floor for the cars. Say the 2022 car has 2 long underfloor tunnels, which create a ground effect, meaning that there's more suction onto the car, pulling it to the ground. A simplified front wing with a sharp new rear wing, which is designed to stop sending airflow outwards, narrowing it in instead. And it may make the DRS actually less impactful. 18-inch tires with wheel winglets, and it's all these changes are supposed to make racing more possible. You can follow better behind the cars, more overtaking. I guess more views on Drive to Survive. We just want to see racing in it. Sorry, I'm not gonna go there. Sorry, guys. Again, sometimes flashbacks when I hear stuff like go see racing. But yes, it's supposed to make it more exciting. It's supposed to be getting a tighter midfield. Because what tends to happen is that a few drivers pull away, then you get big gaps, and it only gets any kind of bunched up when people start taking pits, and you have to kind of weave your way through. And then once everyone pits, it goes back to the same mundane race. So I'm hoping we get some more better racing in the midfield. Are you, Kyle? Are you expecting better racing, better fighting throughout the midfield, even at the front? Are we expecting that, or is it kind of just we have to wait and see because we don't know how each constructor has done in terms of actually getting their cars ready for this season?
If I'm 100% honest, my prediction is I'm actually expecting a bit of a calamity show. A bit of a calamity show from the front to the back of the grid. I reckon the only ones maybe that might have it kind of like hit the nail on the head is Red Bull. But the reason why I say that now, I don't know if any of you managed to catch a glimpse of any of the testing that took place in Bahrain. And I say Bahrain.
That's literally I saw maybe 5 minutes, so nothing worth talking about.
Okay. Yeah, because. And I say Bahrain in particular because obviously that was the second weekend of testing that they had. Obviously the first one was in Spain, was it? And obviously so they kind of got used to the car somewhat. So the testing that they did in Bahrain, almost every single, like I said, every one apart from Red Bull maybe, they had this, I forgot what they call it, something like poisoning effect, where when the car is going down like a back straight or you're in the DRS zone and your DRS is open and max top gear and you're going top speed, you're going flat out, they get this bouncing effect. The car starts bouncing up and down, right? It's not supposed to do that. I know that they did talk about this underflooring with the two tunnels was supposed to create greater suction. Well, it ain't working because the cars are bouncing up and down. And what the drivers were doing to eliminate the bouncing, because obviously it's undrivable. There's a lot of vibrations and it can damage the car. They were coming off the gas, so they reduced their speed to stop the bouncing effect. Neither of the teams throughout testing were fully able to eliminate that bouncing effect. So I maybe the top teams like Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren, they might be able to eliminate it come Bahrain weekend and say, all right, the computers have shown us exactly what it is. We can kind of figure out how to stop it, but maybe the rest of the field aren't. And I don't know. I think we're going to see a number of issues. I saw brakes being melted, fires in Bahrain, and bouncing, and people sliding.
That's what we like to see, for the cameras.
I genuinely think the first race is going to be a bit of a mess. I genuinely do. It's going to be a bit of a mess. Hopefully it's not, but I think it is.
No, I hear that. I think you could get, especially in the first, the first few races, you could get some surprise winners or surprise podiums because of the people just trying to get getting used to the new cars and the new regulations. Jay, listen, we've got a few new drivers on the set, or a few new teams even more than just drivers. Starting with Mercedes, obviously your boy Lewis got a new partner. Now, obviously within the group chat throughout the season, the question was always posed: what is Bottas's role in all of this? Because let's be honest, he was more of a hindrance, especially last year. He was more of a hindrance than an asset to Hamilton and to the team. And he's moved on. We'll get onto him in a second, or speak about him soon. But who he's been replaced by, George Russell of Williams has joined Lewis Hamilton at Mercedes. What are you expecting from that kind of partnership, and maybe in comparison to what we saw with Bottas?
I think
it's Neeks, by the way, laddie. Neeks. I think the N and the L are not even close on the keyboard, so I don't understand. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
I think obviously maybe they're looking towards the future. When if Hamilton leaves or whatever the case may be with that, I don't know. He could be a decent driver. Maybe he would do better. He would do a better job than Bottas. But I think he would. I think he wants to win stuff as well. So I think if it was to be a second driver thing, it would be maybe this season to help push Hamilton to win it. That's the only way I see it. It's the only way I see it, really. But I think they'll let them race like how Rosberg and him did, and then I think eventually team orders will come in if need be. But if Hamilton is going clear, then yes, they'll probably say, yeah, I need you to cover Hamilton or cover off the people. But I think they'll probably just let them race from the get-go, though. And I guess we'll see maybe about 5-6 races in what the strategy would be.
What are you saying?
It's just like with Ferrari. It's just like with Ferrari. Like they let them race, and they were giving Seb a little bit of more reign, but then afterwards they saw Leclerc was the better driver, and then it was more like you have to give way. So I think that's what it'll potentially be like. But we know Hamilton ain't going to ease up this season anyway, so we'll see.
Nah, what are you saying? What are you expecting from Russell? Is he going to be challenging Hamilton, or is he just going to take a back seat?
He's gone from a fan to a teammate, innit? So he's going to be a bit, like starry-eyed or whatnot. But I can see him. I can see him doing his thing still. Like, I actually think he will race. Like, obviously he's been driving in a slower car for a few seasons now. So him being in a much more quicker car, he'll be like, all right, cool. Let's see what this can do. So I think he will do all right. I mean, he might be more useful than what Bottas was last season, and in the season prior to that as well. But so I have a little bit of hope in him. Not that much, just a little bit, that he'll do his thing.
What's all this Bottas propaganda, man?
We said
all this Bottas propaganda, man.
Listen, we'll speak about Bottas. Listen, I expect him to be in your top 5 when we do the championship predictions, isn't it? Since there's no, propaganda. See, for me, listen, I was very skeptical about Russell coming in. It was that mid-season or so, just past, where they announced that he was going to come in after that debacle of what we can't even call that a race in Spa, where they went around twice in the rain, and then called it half a race. But anyway, getting flashbacks. Anyway, sorry.
It was a showcase.
I lost myself for a second, guys. Sorry. And they said, you know what, this is the guy. Because obviously he qualified on pole, whereas Bottas was down in 8th. And, the question was asked, what is Bottas' role in all of this? He doesn't have a row. He didn't have a row. And they said, you know what, we can look for the future in terms of Russell, but I think it's also a case of looking for the now. And I think they saw how useful, even up until the last race, how useful Perez was to help, push Verstappen or help Verstappen towards the championship. Whereas Bottas wasn't giving Hamilton any kind of support. Literally, it was Red Bull versus Hamilton. It was 2-on-1 for a lot of races, especially coming down to the last few races, which are very important towards the championship. And I think whilst team orders will probably come in, I think especially this season, or until they think Russell is ready to win the championship. Of course, he could surprise everyone. Win the first few races. You're like, okay, we're gonna. We have to give him to allow him to challenge, like say Hamilton did when he first joined McLaren with when Alonso was there. But I think the initial plan would be, I know they've always generally said we let the races got raced, but I think on the back of last season, and there's always doubts about Toto Wolff about how long he's going to be at Mercedes. I think he wants to make sure that whenever he does leave, if it's at the end of this season or whatever, he leaves with Mercedes having won the championship. I'm talking about the drivers as well as the constructors. So I think they will do all they can with the help of Russell to make sure Hamilton is challenging Verstappen, because if you have the Mercedes fighting each other, but you only have a Red Bull going, you're potentially taking points off your own team. Imagine, for example, first race of the season, and Hamilton's behind Russell 1 and 2. They say, I'll let them race. Russell wins. But if that's in the Red Bull, they're telling Perez to move over. They'll be like, you're slower than Verstappen. These times he's quicker in every sector by half a second. You're slower than Verstappen. Don't fight. Because they know what their role is in it. So I feel, especially this season, I have a feeling that Russell's going to have to take a back seat and then grow into the car and grow into the team to become a lead driver. I don't know what you two Ferrari boys think about that.
About Russell or what about?
Yeah, about Russell. Russell replacing Bottas. What do you expect from him?
I think you need to put some. I think you need to respect Russell, you know, here, because like I hear what you're saying. He's coming to be the backseat driver, and I get that. He knows that he's not going to be coming to be the main guy. However, he is coming to be the future, and you have to look after the future. You can't just let them rot away and let them just take a backseat all the time. And I get, obviously, Lewis is the guy you want to back. You want to back him like going forward into this year. But this relationship could be a difficult one to manage. We don't know what they're going to be like. We don't know what's going to happen when Russell is sitting in the Mercedes and he can see first place is up for grabs and teams are saying orders that he maybe doesn't want to listen to. We know how he is. We know how he is in race time. Anyway, he loves to just go a bit crazy, and we'll have to see if he can actually rein that in a bit and be structural, because he's now he's not just racing to try and get as high as he can now. He's now in a team that is doing bits at the top of the league, so you got to kind of be a bit more tactical, and it's whether he has the nous to say, right, I'm going to be selfish because I want everyone to see that I'm the best, or I'm going to be the best in the future, or whether I'm just going to take a back seat and let Hamilton win it. And I think, the first 3-4 races, we'll probably see that dynamic start to play out already. And it'll be a case of, will Mercedes back George if they see that George is up there, or will they literally force him to be the supporting role, even though it may not benefit him it may not benefit Hamilton in that one particular race? Are they just going to literally say, you are the second driver, no matter what happens, you have to sit back? Or will they just let him? Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, but I don't think it will be an easy one, because Russell doesn't seem like the easiest person to necessarily handle. Obviously, there's as you said, they kind of knew that it was going to come to that stage anyway, and so kind of we've probably been in talks with him for a little while about this coming to the stage. And obviously, George Russell in his Mercedes car may not even be the easiest car for him to handle as well. So how much of a help is he going to be all the time? Is he going to be up there all the time to help Hamilton, or is he going to be struggling in this new car? So I think that's what I'm looking forward to see, how that handles, how that goes. That could be interesting.
George Russell, what are you expecting from him? Title challenge or relegation for him?
No, not title challenge. I mean, he doesn't have it would take someone of exceptional talent. Like, we're talking on the level of basically Hamilton and Schumacher to be title challenging at a stage in their career like this. Because even as talented as Max was, he still needed to build up experience to get to the point where he's at today. Whereas, if I'm correct, Hamilton nearly won it on his debut season.
Yeah, 1 point.
Schumacher came in. I think Schumacher came in his first season. He came in mid-season. He was a replacement for a driver that couldn't race, so he came in mid-season. But when he came in, he tore it up, and he took the driver's seat, even though he wasn't meant to. He took the driver's seat because he was a replacement driver. So it's going to take something of exceptional talent, because you're going up against the likes of Max and you're going up against the likes of Hamilton, who are two better drivers than you. So for you to mount a challenge, you're basically saying that, is George as good as Schumacher and Hamilton in their youth years? And no, I don't think he is. He's going to need to build up experience, because let's just say, for example, the first 2-3 races goes his way. He gets podium in all first 3 races, right? And he's right up there. Now he comes into his 4th race, and he's leading the championship, right? And say Hamilton's in second, Hamilton's behind him, and the team give him orders, because Hamilton's not going to have like a bad season where it's like Bottas and he's drifting off. If George is pushing for the title Hamilton's also going to be pushed to retire because he's in the same car, and Hamilton's a quality driver. So if Russell's pushing, Hamilton's pushing. And if, say, like, for example, they're 1 and 2, and they give him a team order, is he going to say, "Wait, I don't want to pit now. I feel good. No, I don't want to pit now." Is he going to go against team orders? Like, he doesn't know what it's like to manage a race week in, week out to championship glory. Max does, because not only because he did it last season, but he worked his way up there. He had to take the losses along the way to say, you know what? I kind of know what it takes to win a championship now. I just have to piece it together. Russell don't know what it takes. He's seen it because people around him have won, but actual experience, he hasn't got it. I don't think he'll be challenging this season. I genuinely think his competition is Ricardo and Perez and
Ricardo.
Yeah. I think McLaren and Ferrari will do it right. That's his competition. It really is. That's his competition.
Fair enough. A few other new teammates. We have got. Well, we spoke about. We mentioned Bottas moving. So that's a whole new team at Alfa Romeo. Bottas and Zhu Guan Yu. Maybe there's
Sir. They're not even making top 10. Why are we talking? They're not making top 10.
Bottas. Now, Carl, you said we gave him an unnecessary stick and bad PR and agenda.
You did.
So you're expecting, what is it, 22 races this year? Something like that.
It was what was it? It was 23 and Russia dropped?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're expecting him to out-qualify Zhu 22-0?
No, because that's not the way the cookie crumbles.
Well, I don't know. You're saying that he's this great driver and we're giving him bad press.
I never said. Did you hear me say he was a great driver? But at the start of the stream, you told me, "Oh, everyone, you should listen to me. I'm the most non-biased one here, and I can level-headed." But you're not viewing it level-headed. It's pure unjust. I'm not saying Bottas is good and Bottas
he's back
at
his level.
But yeah, he probably is. But Bottas got more unjust and more unlucky last season than he did him displaying that he's a bad driver. He's
not a bad driver, Carl. He's a bad racer. He's a terrible racer.
Yeah, he
can
can't
put
race.
together a fast lap. He can put together a fast lap. But when it comes to racing, he is not. Yeah,
there's only for the whole of last
season,
there was one
at least race. Carl, there's at least 10 better drivers in him, racers in him. We'll probably go through it when we go through the predictions. But
racers, yes, but not drivers.
But this is Formula One. It's racing. You can put it on pole, but if you finish outside the point, then what was the point?
No, he can hold it. Don't worry. But look at this. I agree. For the whole of last season, there was probably one race where he showed he put down some quality racing, and he did a phenomenal job. Rest of the season, I could say.
Wait. What race was that?
Italy, where he dead last to podium. The one where Hamilton and Max crashed, and he finished.
Oh, okay. No, I thought you were gonna say
because he had no pressure on him.
No, but to be fair, he struggles to even overtake people. So to be fair, to do that in Italy, when obviously Mercedes had a very good car, because that's why we were like, that's why we were so mad as.
But that happened because the reason why he was at the back of the grid, because he got a fresh engine change, so he got the penalty. He started from the back, worked his way up, finished by the end of the race, got the podium. And I remember that race specifically because that was the one and only time I put him in my team. And he got me bare point. I was angry because he got the engine change. I was like, why couldn't they announce this before we pick our team? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So then they say, oh, we're taking engine change, Bottas back at the grid. But then he came, but all them overtaking points and finishing podium. I was like, all right, cool. And then took him out. But that was the only race last season that I can remember when he raced well. But
sorry, Carl, I thought you were gonna say his only good race was Monaco.
No,
when he got unlucky. No, he got lucky in the pits. Remember, they had that delay in the pits, and he got retired.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That was
Monaco's not a race. Monaco
that
is
was
just lap
unlucky.
after lap after lap when nobody can
Yeah.
overtake anyway.
Yeah. No, but that's it. That was unlucky. Then he had where Russell crashed into him. Both of them retired, and then
Yeah, Russell got a bit heady.
yeah. I was gonna say that was unlucky again. And then obviously he had a total of like 5 engine changes. And because remember after he got the podium in Italy, that was when Max got the penalty, and then Red Bull said, well, since we're getting the 5 grid place penalty for next race, we might as well take the engine change and start at the back anyway. And that was the race where it rained and he got second place anyway.
Yeah.
But then they gave Bottas a back-to-back engine change to start at the back to try and stop Max. So he got back-to-back engine changes.
But he didn't stop Max.
I mean, he did the job to the point where he got him to 6th or 7th, and then the rain intervened. But
when in that one where
his season was just unlucky.
No, it wasn't unlucky. It was compromised because he was so far off the pace. So it's like, well, we might as well just use you as a
wait, but how far off the pace can he be when he got more poles than Hamilton? He got more poles than Hamilton last season.
Yeah, let me give you an example. In that race where Russell crashed into him, how was Russell so close to him in a bloody Williams? The man was struggling to get past. I think it was Sonoda or Gasly or something like that. Like it's in 10th. Like what are you doing there? What are you doing there?
In Monaco, in Monaco, what is Hamilton doing there stuck behind Sonoda?
You can't overtake.
Okay, no, but you can't. But he qualified there. What happened? It happens.
For a single lap, like Bottas can put together some quick laps, and Hamilton's single lap pace last season wasn't great, but in races generally Hamilton gets the job done. Hence why we know what he's done. Bottas struggles to overtake, struggles to defend. He just struggles. All I'm saying is he is where he deserves to be. Yes, in Formula One, but Alfa Romeo, there's no pressure. He might get a good few points. You say, well done, Bottas. At Mercedes, there's no well done unless you're top. You have to be top 3. And even then, if you finish 3rd in Mercedes, it can only be Hamilton and Verstappen above you. If someone else is above you, you're like...
He finished 3rd, didn't he?
No, I'm just talking about if you're not on the podium, like in a race, like you go to a race, you're like, oh, I finished 3rd. But if it's Norris and Leclerc ahead of you, you're angry. You're like, how did I do that? Whereas Bottas now, he's at Alfa Romeo. If he finishes 6th, that's a great race.
It's another thing I don't understand. All the people that were backing Hamilton are saying, he was up against Max and Perez, and the Perez showed how useful he was. Yet Bottas finished in the championship higher than Perez. So how unuseful was Bottas when he got more points than Perez? I don't understand.
Perez was even more. No, but Carl, I'll tell you why. Because Bottas was running his own season. It was just like you are no help to me, Bottas. But we'll just let you finish 3rd or 4th because you're just no help. We can't. There's no point pitting you because you're not close enough to Verstappen. There's no point. You have no use. So just run your own race. Whereas Perez, they'll be like, all right, we're gonna run you longer and longer and to hold up Hamilton because you can make your tires last. And then that compromises his race based on where he finishes. He was used by Red Bull. Bottas just ran his own season and he struggled. Anyway, less said about Bottas. Good luck at Alfa Romeo. I'm happy you're far away from. We don't have to talk about what Bottas's role is in all this. And I think Russell will do a better job. But listen, we need to get into predictions. As we talk about the predictions, things will come up and we can talk about the different teams and the different racers as we go. Now,
I don't know how good the cars are to even predict anything. What am I predicting?
Stab in the dark. Maybe I don't even know if it's worth it because even then I could say you can make some adjustments after practice, but even after practice, it don't really we don't know nothing until they get on the track. Teams they sandbag, they're testing different setups.
And even then, after the first race, you're still not going to know much because it's a new set of cars. They're going to need at least 3-4 races to get into the shape of things.
So it's a prediction. I'm not gonna, you know, if you get it wrong, we're not gonna hang you. We only hang you for your football predictions. We're not gonna hang you for this one.
No, I'm just saying we can all be out here saying Mercedes, Ferrari, 2-2s. It's Alpine that wins the whole thing.
Oh, I would love for Alonso to win.
Okay. No, I would love for Alonso to win. To be fair. I do like Alonso. But listen, let's do the predictions. We'll just start from the top and go down. Drivers' Championship. Who do you think is gonna win? I'm going Verstappen because I'm unbiased. I think they've got, obviously, as I say, it's so hard to say, but just based on last season, they were the best car. We know that they're a solid team in terms of things like strategy and pit stops, etc. They're obviously coming in on a high. Verstappen's going to be coming in on a high, feeling invincible. It'll be interesting to see how the other drivers react to him, because in the past, as we saw in Drive to Survive, he was the one he was chasing. So everyone was kind of, they were backing him. They wanted him to go beat those Mercedes. But now he is the hunted one. Now he's the champion. Are drivers going to give him as much room? Are they going to say, no, you got your one championship now. I need to show my thing. So I'm going to elbow you out of off the track or you know, those kind of things. So it'll be interesting to see. But I'm going to go Verstappen as the leading driver.
Elbow Max and you get sent to the shadow room, brother. I'm gonna say Max as well.
I feel like they're gonna. No, go on.
Okay.
No, it's based off. Yeah, like Neeks said. I mean, obviously the championship was very, very close. It went down to the very last race with them starting on. Yep, them starting on the exact same amount of points. Like I don't think that's ever even happened before. Same amount of points down to the last race, down to the last lap. But when you look at it statistically, in terms of the number of poles he got, the number of wins he got, the number of laps led, it was more. Laps led was more than the entire field put together. So the Red Bull car, it was very, very dominant last year, and he managed to have 4 DNFs and still win the championship. So just based off of that, and I just know that Red Bull's at least going to put a solid car together that is challengeable. I'm gonna say Max, and I just don't know where the other cars are gonna be. Like I don't know where Ferrari's gonna be at. I don't know where McLaren's gonna be at. Quite frankly, I don't know where Mercedes is gonna be at.
What you're gonna say, Javan?
What was I gonna say now? It's gone from it. I feel like maybe the rules might up a bit, but I don't think Max could be as aggressive this year because with everything that went on last season, I'm pretty sure they're going to look even more closely now at these things that he got away with, which could affect if he wins or not, because the guy drives literally borderline illegally. Like so, so if everything changed and everyone's actually wised up and we're gonna actually have rules being followed, he should not get anywhere near the title because the way how he drives is mad. And if he has to drive like that again this season, I don't think he'll win the title. Because I just hope that they follow their rules and put everything out. But like I said last season, obviously I couldn't make my prediction, and I said from race week 2 when I saw it, I was like, yeah, Max is winning it, and I hoped I was wrong. I hope I'm wrong again this season.
You got lucky, like the Aguero last minute goal. You got so lucky. This was Michael Massey.
I didn't want to be lucky. I didn't want to be lucky, Neeks. This is one time I didn't want to be lucky.
Sorry, just before you go on, some news that Everton and Newcastle game has been halted as a man locks himself to the goalpost before security used bolt cutters to break him free.
Tried to do that. Tried to do
how?
that at the Emirates last night.
Is it?
Yeah, they caught him before he got to the goalpost. Yeah.
But bolted on for what? What's this about?
What they processed then?
Don't know.
Anyway.
Someone said it might have been a Russian thing yesterday, but I don't know what today is.
Anyway, so what's your prediction for first then?
Obviously, what I want is Hamilton to win, obviously. But what I will probably get is a Max Verstappen win.
I
better
don't
hear
think.
Leclerc over there.
Well,
Because I'm hearing a lot of talks
I know
about
what-
Ferrari's back.
no,
So I better hear Leclerc over there.
I need to be honest, innit? I can't just be all going. Can't be biased, you know. As some people might be. But to be honest, I just don't think you can actually look past Max. Don't think you can look past him. And I know it seems like it's gonna be, obviously it was tight last year. It could be tight again this year. But looking at Red Bull last week, very obviously they ended up fastest in the end. And I just feel like with George and Lewis, I think they are going to provide a stiff competition. But I just don't think they'll do enough to stop Max. And in a similar way that Bottas didn't really help Lewis, I don't know how much George will help Lewis take down Max. Whereas I feel like Perez will be there to help Max win it, and I feel Red Bull will have that. Because the thing is, like, even though Red Bull won it last year, Max won it last year, Red Bull still have that little sting in their toes. Oh, nobody thinks you won it properly. So I still feel like they've got their own point to prove by saying, no, let's go out and win another one then, and say, look, cool, we won 2 in a row. Now what you're saying? And I feel like they've got that now to say, like, Perez, you let Max win the title. They got that. And I don't feel like Mercedes will say that to George, in a sense, like, depending on what happens in mid races or whatever. But I feel like Max will have enough pace, and will do enough in the tighter races. And I think it will depend on who gets a good start again. Last year was quite close, wasn't it? It was a bit like up and down. Whereas if, as we've seen in the past with Lewis, getting that sort of edge early on and just going into that lead might just tip it this year. So yeah, I'm gonna go Max.
Nah,
You already know my answer, bro.
I don't know your answer.
Max, damn.
Who? Funny. Nah, look. I was about to say Liverpool. I'm predicting.
Get your head out of the clouds, mate.
Obviously, Hamilton, man. Hamilton. This season, as I said, Hamilton's revenge. I don't need to say anymore. Hamilton. That's it.
You talking about Lara Ballester?
Lara Ballester.
Come on, stop it.
In all honesty, I hope everyone is wrong, barring Nat.
He's a joker.
I hope Nat is correct and we're all wrong.
Listen, I'm always right when it comes to these prediction things, you know. I'm always right.
What's his name, Ramon?
La Baralist. I can't even remember. La Ballester? I don't even know.
I mean, Lewis.
Just call him Lewis, man.
What are you doing, mate?
We'll just call him Lewis.
What?
Albaraste, we'll just call him Lewis.
Like, what's it called?
Aspilicueta. We'll just call him
We'll
Dave.
We'll just call him Lewis. Lewis Labaraste Hamilton. We'll just call him Lewis.
Well, call him Sir now, innit? Call him Sir.
Yeah, we'll just call him Sir.
Like Sir Lewis Hamilton.
Sir. Lewis Hamilton Labaraste. We will just call him Sir. All right, so we're gonna run through it quickly. Top 5. So I got Verstappen obviously at 1. Hamilton has to be 2. Yeah, like regardless of the car, whether Ferrari's got a better car, McLaren's got a better car, I back Lewis to be fighting for the championship and therefore top 2. So that'll be me. Third, I'm gonna go Leclerc. I'm gonna go Leclerc third. I think Ferrari, from what the people are saying, the learned ones, they're saying that Ferrari got the second best car after Red Bull.
Even Hamilton said that, man.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can't take the drivers too seriously anyway.
No,
You can't.
you can't.
But outside of the drivers, people are saying that they've got the second best car, or they're up there. So I think Verstappen and Hamilton can get the best out of their car, even more out of the car.
You can't just say we're back.
Click that. That 45. Okay. And yes, I expect, because of how good their car is, I would expect Ferrari to be up there and therefore Leclerc, because I think he's their best driver. Is he the best driver? Yeah, he's their best driver. Sainz is very good as well, and therefore they'll probably be battling. That's why I don't think there's a lead driver in that car, and I don't think there's a lead driver at McLaren. So
Sainz is the better racer, but he struggles to qualify, man.
Well, okay, well they'll both be fighting each other and taking points. So I'll have Leclerc third. Perez, I'll put Perez fourth.
Wait, Russell all the way out of this. And you want him to do better than Bottas. Bottas would have had no less than third, mate.
No, but I don't want to be. No, but Bottas came third and didn't help Hamilton. I want Russell to be sixth because he stays out too long to hold up the other challengers, and then he dropped one. That's what I need from him. I need Russell 10th if it means Hamilton wins it. That's what I need. But anyway, I need him to pit in the last lap of every race because he held up everyone for 70 odd laps. Perez fourth. It's between Norris and Russell fifth, because McLaren are back. That's who's back. Because as bad as Ferrari's been, Ferrari were, obviously McLaren were great, but Ferrari dominated. They're not there, so they're not back. They're not there. They're in and around, but they're not back. McLaren challenging up the, for podiums regularly, potentially winning. We know they won one race last year. Should have won another, but what's his name? Norris stayed out too long in the rain. I think it's a fight between Norris and Russell. So the Brits fighting out for fifth place. I'm gonna give it to Norris. I'm gonna give it to Norris and have Russell in sixth. And
it's a top five, mate. It's a top five, mate.
I know.
Just
and Ricardo seventh.
Just cut. Just like your Wi-Fi.
Just like your Wi-Fi. Just cut it. You back? Are you back?
Yeah.
Are you back?
Before you tell anyone,
I'm back. Am I back? Can you hear me?
You cut when you said to cut. Go on, Ramon. Go
on. Yeah. So obviously, Max number one. I want to go Hamilton number two. As I said, same thing. You can't. I think it's going to be tight again this year. I don't maybe necessarily down to the last race, last lap. But I think it'll be tight. I think Lewis will push. I think I'm excited to watch them push each other all the way again. So I think Lewis too. In third, I'm actually going to go with Carlos Sainz. I think he could do some real damage this year in certain races.
You're right. I should have stopped at 5. I should have, because I forgot about Sainz anyway. We cut out there. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, I think Sainz is going to do well this year. I think he will do better than Leclerc. P5 was he? I think he finished 5th last year, and
yeah,
I think he'll go on this year. I think he, as you said, there
was 5.5 points separating Sainz in 5th, Norris and Leclerc in 7th.
Yeah. And so I think it could be. It'll be up to obviously Ferrari and how much their car is actually better this year. If it is enough to at least put in some sort of challenge, I think if as Carl said about Sainz, if he can get his qualifying better this year, and I think in the car that he has he's got the car, he's got no excuses of not having a car this year to do it. So I feel like he could be up there. And I just think this could be. I don't necessarily think it'll be a title challenge. I still feel like the top two will be the top two, but I think he'll make that maybe that next step up to say that okay, we soon reach you lot, we soon there. Yeah, so I would have put Sainz third. In fourth, I'm probably gonna go with Lando Norris. I think
Guys, it's a good qualifier. That's about it, man.
Well, I think, and the same thing with Ferrari. I think McLaren will step up this year, and it could be a good battle between them two as well, just below the other two. I know he never got his first win, but I got a feeling he'll get it this year. I got a feeling he'll get a win this year, and I expect him to be pushing for that third spot. In the championships as well. I think he will know that top two may be beyond him as well. But yeah, I'm going to go him fourth, and then I'm going to go Sergio Perez in fifth. Between the three of them, it's going to be close. Leclerc's there as well. But yeah, I'm going to go Perez just in fifth.
Kyle.
Yeah, I'm obviously Matt's first. For what I said. Going with the mold, following everyone else. In second place, Carlos Sainz.
Sorry, what?
You heard?
Hello, this thing working?
No, it's not.
Oh, let me just repeat.
Yeah, Jen, we're predicting.
I must have cut out.
We're predicting the top 10. We're doing top 5 at the moment, and we'll get into top 10. So yeah, if you like, actually, drop your top 5s in the chat first. So Drivers' Championship top 5, and then we'll.
Sorry, I can't look past.
What? Who? Us or the chat?
Look past
no,
five,
the chat.
so...
The chat.
Oh.
Yeah, drop them. Drop them in the chat.
Yeah.
So
for those of you that are listening,
I'll send you a link. So Kyle, go on.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously Max Verstappen first. We went over that, and I'm gonna go with Carlos Sainz second place. Yeah, I'm being deadly serious. I generally think Ferrari are going to have a very good season, and if anyone's just going to lead their points, it's going to be Carlos Sainz.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I genuinely believe it. Like I'm not, and it's not even a thing where I'm saying, oh, like he's going to be like 50 points behind Max, and Hamilton's going to be another 20 behind Sainz or whatever. Like it's going to be close, but you could see that Max is going to be able to handle it comfortably because obviously he's in I'm predicting a dominant Red Bull, but I have Carlos Sainz in second, Hamilton in third, Charles Leclerc.
That's a bad season for Hamilton.
He's 37 going to 38, mate.
He's 37 going on 28.
Yeah. All right. That's what Ronaldo thought, and look at him.
Patrick.
Playing in Europa League. And then in fourth, the other Ferrari boy, Charles Leclerc. And fifth place for me, it's a toss up. And the reason why I say that is because the pack might be so like closely knit, and they might just do a thing where they just send in Perez out. Like, all right, hold up the Ferrari boys, or keep the traffic moving. Like Ferrari might say, all right, we're putting in one of the boys to get fresh tires. You stay out long. Perez is staying out long to hold the other long runner. Like if the season is close with more than one, or say more than two constructors, there could be a lot of tactics and a lot of jostling. And I just think that Perez doesn't have amazing pace, but he has amazing race management. That's what he has. He has amazing race management, but he's not he does. Yeah, exactly. He's not the quickest driver. Like you even see him in qualifying. Like when did he ever challenge? Like Bottas. Like Bottas out qualifying. He doesn't qualify quickly. He doesn't race quickly. He's just very good and good race management. And I think they will utilize those skills. Like they always say that, Perez is the master of going along, managing his tires. No one's better at it than him, so on and so forth. So I think they'll use him to what he's good at, using his strengths, and I think it will hinder him. And because of that, I was tempted, whether it's between him and McLaren, that would take fifth spot. Whereas,
sorry, him and who? Oh, any McLaren.
A McLaren car, because obviously McLaren's going to try and be pushing the rest of the boys. You know, they want to have a good season as well. Whereas if Perez is being used as second fiddle to help Max win again, and they say, you know what, we will surrender the constructors again, you know, get Max to win, then we could see McLaren in fifth. And it's for me, it's kind of hard. But I'm gonna give it to McLaren because I think it would be hard done to not have a McLaren car in the top 5. So I'll give it to Daniel Ricciardo.
That's a big shout, Jem, right there. To say that Perez is, I can't say that.
No.
I can't say that.
He's
a world champion. And Verstappen has looked like a potential world champion from the moment he joined F1. Perez is a brilliant driver. One of the best in the a brilliant racer. But
listen, Perez, you know, like how when you go to eat and you always have to get that side dish. He's a brilliant corn on the cob. That's it, man.
It's like Neeks was saying earlier in the stream. Difference between a driver and a racer. Like, he's a brilliant driver, but is he a brilliant racer?
True. He's not really a world champion. Both of them on 0. I heard that. Asterisk. Come out Liverpool's Premier League.
No such thing as fake world champion, bro. No such thing.
But yeah,
you know how they always say when you win something, they never talk about, you know, how much points it was, if the trophy was gold, etc. Yeah, but for Max, no matter what, yes, he's got a world champion, but everyone will always talk about if it was legit or not. It will never be. It will always be disputed. It will always go down.
But you know what? Do you know what, Duran? I don't mind that because you know what?
No, it doesn't matter what you mind.
As a world champion,
hold on.
As a world champion, he'll still be talked about.
That's fine. He will be talked about as a world champion, but he would, out of all the world champions, he would be the only one that people would question and have an asterisk next to you. You know, everyone has said that. Have you ever heard?
There's a few.
No question, and maybe they'll question his first one, but when he gets to his 9th, then you know, he'll probably let it go. He'll probably let it go.
Unless he's doing that for Ferrari, mate, I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that. Not at all.
Oh god. Nat, what's your top 5?
Always have that asterisk next to his name, bro.
Oh wait, Joanna, you do yours? No, you didn't, did you? Anyway.
No, I haven't.
Don't worry, Joanna's gonna take all year anyway.
Write it down.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't even care past 3. I just don't care past 3. In all honesty, I just don't.
I got Hamilton first, obviously. Verstappen after, and then I couldn't decide for third. But
we're not doing this or you love it or.
No, there's no or.
Okay.
I'm going to give who? I'm putting Carlos Sainz. I swear he had a record last season as like the only driver to do something like finish his races or finish in the top 5.
That was
Lando.
And he messed it up when he spun out in the rain.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I put Sainz third, Perez 4th, and then
so who
Russell
4th? Perez.
Yeah, Perez 4th, and then Russell 5th.
Russell 5th.
Yeah. Gonna be supporting my guy Lewis. You get me?
Okay.
You get me?
Jay.
The problem I have with all of this is because I'm hearing that a lot of the cars are quite close, and obviously, if we're going to be looking at supporting drivers and what are their roles in all of this and all of that, it's going to be hard to put cars where I think they're going to finish. So I'm going to say Max first, if Ferrari is as dominant as everyone is saying they are, then I'm gonna have to pick a Ferrari second. And I can't do that because then where's my support for Max? Not for Max, for Lewis. So it's
top 4 Champions League.
it's a tough one. It's a tough one. So because I don't know, and I'm just gonna go out there and just say how it is, how I think it will be. I'm gonna say Max first. I'm gonna say Lewis second. I'm gonna say any Ferrari third. So maybe I might just go Leclerc.
Okay.
Russell fourth. Am I at Russell? Yep, fourth. And fifth will be. Obviously, I have to throw Perez in there, but the thing is, if them man are challenging, Perez ain't going to be that low. But then again, everyone's so close, so it's going to be. It's very hard. It's very, very hard to pick. So I'm gonna just put Perez there. I don't know who I've missed out. I've probably missed out someone, but I'm gonna put Perez there because if Max is first, Perez has to be somewhere in there because
I'd agree with that.
He just has to. If it has to work like that. Because if they have the best dominant car, no matter, and he has to cover off everyone, he'll still should make enough points to beat the rest of them man there. So yeah.
We're looking at the top
the reason
five.
why I'm throwing them in.
Everyone's got obviously Verstappen, Hamilton. But that's it. That's the only symmetry. Verstappen and Hamilton. So Leclerc, I've got Leclerc. Me, Kyle, and Jay have Leclerc. Me, Ramsey, Jay, and Nat have Perez. And me, also I had to redo my top 5 because I forgot someone.
Am I the only one that has Russell in top 5?
No. Me, Ramsey, Kyle, and Nat have Sainz. Ramsey's the only one who's got Norris.
My guy, Hamilton, Russell, Verstappen, Sainz, Perez. I don't know if it's in that order, but I wish. I'll be happy if it ends in that order, mate. I can tell you that.
And you and Jay and Nat have Russell. All right, let's finish the top 10. So I've gone, that's it. Verstappen, Hamilton, Leclerc, Perez.
I couldn't tell you, man. I don't know who else.
Sainz. I put Sainz at 5th.
That's ass.
That's who I forgot when I did my when I was doing mine. Sainz at 5th. And I'm gonna go Russell at 6th, actually. Initially I had Norris ahead of him, but something about Norris doesn't fill me with like fair, so to speak. He's a good driver. He can be quick, but he's not fierce. He's not angry. He's not dominant. He doesn't try to. I don't feel like he wants to. The drive to win isn't as desperate as like a Verstappen or a Russell or a Hamilton. Those are the ones I really get it from. He seems a bit too nice. Is he gonna get his elbows out when someone's coming up, or is he gonna say, he's faster than me? I don't see that.
This year,
no, I don't see it.
He's got that this year.
Russell, I see that with him. So someone like Russell, he'll get more like DNFs than someone like Norris in general because of how aggressive I think he would be. But it would also lead to him picking up more podiums or more wins. Additionally, Mercedes might just have a better car than McLaren. Like they've had it for the last 8 years at least. So it's very plausible that they could go into this season with a better car as well. Even as a second driver, similar, if Hamilton's going to be challenging for the top, then Russell's going to have a very competitive car. He's a very competitive driver. I feel like, he's gonna be challenging more so than Norris, even as a second driver. So I'm gonna go Russell 6th, Norris 7th, Ricciardo 8th. And then it gets a bit tough because you're talking Alonso, Gasly, Ocon, Vettel, Tsunoda. Is Tsunoda going to have a better season? I'd probably rule him out for Tsunoda. It's hard to say. You don't know how good these cars are.
Lance Stroll.
No, I don't rate Stroll. Don't rate Stroll. Never rated Stroll. Never. I was actually mad when Ocon lost his seat and Stroll was still driving. I was just like,
yeah, you can open the door. It's because the heat is on.
Cheers, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was like, I was mad. I was thinking Ocon's a much better driver for me. And last season he came back, obviously under the tutelage of the great Fernando Alonso. Finished 11th, Stroll finished in 13th, but there was like a 40-point difference between them. Granted, Aston Martin didn't have the greatest car, but it is what it is. So I would go. So for my 6th to 10th, Russell, Norris, Ricardo, Alonso or Ocon. I think I'll give it to Alonso. It wasn't a big difference between the two. And if Ocon won a race, didn't he?
Yeah, he won a race. Yeah.
And Alonso got a podium, and they both helped each other to get it. I think I remember Alonso held off Hamilton to allow Ocon to win, and Ocon held back Hamilton to allow Alonso to get a podium. I think it was to finish third.
I think Alonso finished about 40 points ahead of Ocon.
Of who?
Ocon.
Please, Alonso barely got 40 points himself. Alonso finished on 81 points and Ocon finished on 74 points.
Oh, fair enough.
He finished 40 points ahead of Vettel.
Okay,
and what's it called? And Stroll 30 points. But Kimi's gone. I didn't even mention that. Obviously, Zhu, he replaced Kimi, innit?
You're also forgetting the
He's
great.
You're
also forgetting the great Valtteri.
I haven't forgot him.
You have.
But Valtteri.
Oh yeah, Valtteri. I forgot.
Valtteri's
about. Yeah.
He's about.
That has messed up everything.
What happened, Nat? What's the score? 1-1.
No, it hasn't, man. What has this crap?
You said Valtteri. I just remembered that guy.
He's in Alfa Romeo. He's not doing anything.
The great Valtteri, man.
Listen, if he couldn't do anything in a Mercedes, golly, in Alfa Romeo.
He finished
Mate,
third.
he's got a bronze medal around his neck.
Wait, he finished third behind Max and Lewis. What do you mean he couldn't do anything? He finished third.
Oh, please. That's the worst. That's the worst third place. That was like Man United's second place last year.
You're writing him off week in, week out. Guy finished third.
Let me go through some of these comments quickly, and I'll come to Ramsey next.
Bro, I would finish third in that Mercedes car.
Third last. Sorry, quickly. If any of us are driving a Mercedes car last season, you know we're finishing rock bottom.
We'd be out faster than Mazepin, mate.
We are finishing rock.
They got Mazepin though, man.
Bottom. Like it's not even close. We'll probably stall on the line.
Overshoot the corner.
hey, Toto, something's happened with the car. Car's not moving.
yeah, mate, you gotta put your foot on the accelerator. All right, great, man.
Engineer calling you. Kyle, put it in mode 3, please. Which one's mode 3, mate? There's about 50 buttons here.
Listen, 3 laps in. Listen, 3 laps in, you're gonna be seeing blue flags. 3 laps in. Box, retire the car. We'll go again next week. Well done, Bottas for finishing third because I couldn't do it. I only know Lewis and Schumacher. Yeah, not Mick. Listen, you learn F4 at the beginning, even if there's pace, even if their pace is off, hard to judge straight away. All man get. No, yeah, we said at the start, like we can't judge anything on testing. The testing is purely for the teams. We ain't got a clue. Even practice, like even during the season, you'll be looking at practice, you're like, oh, yeah, let me put him in my team. And qualifying, man, don't get our Q1. So even practice is something that you can't really judge. And as you said, begin the season, even in the races, a lot can change.
Maybe the final segment of practice 3 when they do
maybe
qualifying simulation because
but you have to really be watching it because you can't just look at this thing and say, oh yeah,
100%.
You'd be like, no, he only ran 1 lap on the hard tires, and everyone else is on the soft. And there's a lot of nuances when it comes to it. So there's a lot. Yeah, we'll see. Jem's top 5 says Hamilton, Russell. Jem. Like, is that in order?
Russell.
I will
second.
love
that's not in
if
order.
that
That's
was
not
in
in
order.
order. That's not in order. That's not in
It
order.
might be.
That's in order.
Above that, he said,
I'll take that.
Where's Russell? Jem,
I'll
talk to
take
me.
that. I'll take
to me.
that.
Hamilton, Russell, Verstappen.
Hamilton, Russell,
Perez.
Verstappen, Sainz, Perez. I'll take it in a heartbeat. Listen, I'm not lying. I'll take Russell, Hamilton, Verstappen. Keep Verstappen away. You don't deserve anything after last year.
Man said he'll take Russell, Hamilton,
Take
Verstappen.
I'll take it. Listen, it's war out here. You can take the spoils.
Man said more like red flag straight into the barrier.
Norris, Leclerc 7th. Golly. 8th, Ricardo. 9th, Alonso. 10th, Bottas or Vettel. So no Ocon. Stroll is crap. Yes, he is. Stroll is a shocker. Correct. Talk for yourselves. More like red flag straight into the barrier. So press the magic button. No, that'll be embarrassing. King says Zoo didn't even win F2. Hello, the money. That's what F1 is. It's all about the money. That's how Nikita Mazepin was even there. He got his dad was, what's it called?
But that's how it is sometimes, because F2 is a bit of a mess. I don't know if you ever watch it.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
Sorry, speaking of Nikita Mazepin, who replaced him?
What do you mean? Who replaced him? Hulkenberg.
No.
Hulkenberg.
Magnussen, Kevin Magnussen.
Yeah, Kevin Magnussen.
Oh, Magnussen.
Kevin
Okay,
Magnussen.
Magnussen came in. Hulkenberg replaced who?
Vettel, because he got COVID.
COVID, yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so yeah, so I forgot about that. Mazepin's out. That was another driver change for reasons, not down to him, but it is what it is. And Magnussen comes back. Wait, it was Magnussen and Grosjean, wasn't it, at Haas before?
Yeah.
And Gunther Steiner was fuming. He said, I had to get rid of, but I need a new driver. I need 2 new drivers. And now he's got him back. Drive season 5 should be brilliant. That should be brilliant. Gunther Steiner, listen, he is the star of Drive Season 5. I don't care what anyone says. He is the best. He's quality TV. That guy is always fuming. He dragged Mazepin into the booth.
Neeks,
and told him you're too aggressive. Stop shouting at people.
Always
They're
fuming.
scared of you.
Guy's always fuming.
Gunther Steiner, what a guy.
Should I go next?
Sorry, Alonso top 10. Marcus Alonso, not Fernando. Go on, Nat. Wait. Did anyone else give their top 5? Sorry.
Everyone's done their top
Sorry,
5.
did anyone else give their 10? It was just me.
No, just
you.
Go on, Nat.
I got Norris in 6th place.
Sorry, I can't hear you. You're talking. You need to talk into the camera.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, well, so I don't know. Sometimes you turn up, the mic goes a bit quiet. I don't know what it is.
Sorry. Can you hear me now, yeah?
It goes in and out. I don't know why it's doing that.
Okay, cool. But I've got Norris in
Okay.
6th place. Leclerc. Ricardo. Gasly, my guy.
Sorry, say that again.
Gasly.
Forgot about him.
Yeah. And Ocon, 10th place.
Ocon, so no Alonso.
Yeah, no Alonso. This season, I think Ocon will do it. Look, I'll be like, move old man. I'm gonna take
In
a
the
spot.
Alpha Tauri Honda.
So where's Valtteri?
Yeah. Who?
Valtteri?
Who's that?
I don't know. Carl's making up names again.
Some imaginary guy.
Go on. Oh, wait, Giovanna, are you even there? No.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, what's your top 10? What's your 6 to 10? So you've got
Like I
Verstappen,
said,
Hamilton, Leclerc, Russell, Perez.
like I said, I can't see past them man there. So it's literally just it's pick and mix now. So I would say in any order, I'll say I'm sorry, I can't pick. I would say Science. I know Norris. What's his name? Norris will be in there. So that's what, that's 7. What's the other driver with Norris?
Ricardo,
because apparently their car is decent and can challenge too. So I'll have to throw him in there. Like I said, I couldn't tell you where they'll finish. 9 and 10. Oh dear Lord, I couldn't tell you, mate. I'm lost for names after then. I would want to say, I would only say Bottas because it's the only other name I know outside of them man there. But I don't want nothing for that.
I like the trust that you put in Bottas. I love it.
I don't want to say his name because the man done every man day. No, I didn't say his name. I'm just saying I only said Bottas because I don't know any other names after that.
Locked in. Spreadsheet can't be edited.
Guys, if you want to lock that in, go ahead. But I cannot see past that 7 or 8. I don't even know who else to put in. I couldn't tell you.
Alonso, Gasly, Vettel.
I would say. I thought, oh yes, oh yeah. How can I forget about them man there? I would say Alonso in there, and I guess Vettel, but Bottas nowhere near the 10 man. Hope you finish rock bottom, DNF for the rest of the season.
God damn. God. Kyle, 6 to 10.
Well, 6th,
Damn.
Magnussen. 7th, Mick Schumacher.
Kyle, 6 to 10. Oh, sorry.
Wait, hold on.
Wait,
am I
what's
hearing
going on?
myself?
No, that
Is
is
there a parrot?
Matrix.
Is there a parrot in the room?
Just
Hello?
Go on. It was accident.
Oh.
I opened,
All right. 6th, Magnussen. 7th, Mick Schumacher.
What?
No,
What?
I'm joking.
It's locked in. It's too late.
No, I'm joking.
Magnussen.
So wait, just remind me, who did I put 5th? I went with Ricardo, innit?
You have gone with Verstappen, Sainz, Hamilton, Leclerc, Ricardo.
Yeah. All right. After Ricardo, George Russell in 6th, and then in 7th, Lando Beaver and Lando Norris in 7th, and then Jesus, that's put in Perez. Wait, where the heck have I got Perez?
Nowhere.
Oh, all right. 7th, Perez, and then 8th, Lando Norris.
Are we gonna let it slide that he put Ricardo so high?
Well, man said Max has
Ricardo
got a car.
is-
Max has got a car to finish first, and Perez's car's finishing 7th.
Yep. That's what happens when you play
Ricardo
second
is
fiddle.
fifth.
No, there's not. There's second fiddle, but then there's
No, but I'm not because like last
7th.
season. No, but hear me wrong. Because obviously I don't know how close these cars are, innit? In my head, I'm thinking, all right, these cars are gonna be like super close in terms of because like Sainz, Leclerc, Lando Norris, Ricardo, and Perez, they're all of similar quality in terms of racing ability. They're all very similar quality, and you're only going to pick them apart in terms of who's got the better car. If you had them all in the same car, I mean, they probably pick up about the same amount of points throughout the season.
They're not in the same car.
No, I know, but that's what I'm trying to say.
You still got him bottom.
I mean, he's not bottom. Lando Norris is bottom. He's 8th. But whereas last season, right, there was only 2 cars.
Yeah.
So he could play second fiddle and not have to work. Like he could play second fiddle and go long, and then finally take his pit stop, and he's still out ahead of Ferrari and McLaren. That ain't running this season. If he does what he did last season,
You will, man.
And I'm saying, and if the cars are close in terms of performance, that nonsense ain't running, and it will cost him a lot of points. So that's why I've got him down in 7. Not got nothing to do with his ability. I'm just purely basing it off of I don't know how good these cars are going to be and how close they're going to be. So I've got him in 7th, and then I've got Lando in 8th because I think he's the worst driver out of all 8 of them, and then after Lando Norris. That Alpine car is serious, How long Vettel gonna have COVID for, man?
He'll be back. He'll be back, man. He'll be back.
Vettel's in Aston Martin anyway.
No, I know. I'm just.
Well, long enough to make sure he's not in the top 10. Guarantee you that.
What's... I'm gonna go with Pierre Gasly in 9th. Alonso 10th. That's my top.
Cool. 10. Ramsey.
It's 1-0 in the 99th minute. It won't be.
Oh God, Everton won.
99th minute.
Wait, are they down to 10 men? Who went down to 10 men?
Yeah.
Everton,
yeah.
Wait, who's Everton
against Newcastle?
Yeah.
Oh.
It will be finally paying back that 35 mil.
Everton needed that, boy, because they were going down. They still are, but boy.
Yeah, I think there was 14 minutes added on for that guy strapping himself to the post.
That's huge.
Yeah. And the Everton fans were fuming when they saw 14 minutes because with 10 men.
They're thinking, we take the point and get out of it.
Yeah. Right. So my top 5. What's my top 5 again?
Your top 5 is Verstappen, Hamilton, Sainz, Norris, Perez.
Mm-hmm. So Russell, I think, will finish 6th.
Okay.
7th. Who's I gonna have in 7th again? Leclerc 7th.
Wow. That's low, man.
Not everyone can be high, Neeks. Someone's got to be down there.
8th, Ricardo. 9th, Alonso. And 10th, I'm going to go... I forgot about the 4-time world champion, Sebastian Vettel.
Good thing you did. He's finished. He's been finished.
Quality.
I actually think Vettel's going to do all right this year. Well, considering the car he's in.
I mean, he did it right last season.
Yeah.
All right, mates.
Wait, are you putting him 10th?
Yeah, Vettel 10th. Yeah.
Oh, you actually put him 10th.
Above. Yeah. Above.
You know he doesn't get Hulkenberg's points. You know that, right?
Don't worry about that, man.
That's why he purposely pulled out, thinking, please, Hulkenberg, pick me up some points that I know we get.
Don't worry about that. He was starting the back foot.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin assists. Ramon, more points for his bloody draw.
Take that.
Anyway, have you got any Everton defenders?
Yeah, got one.
This guy's pulling away.
The one that got sent off.
Hopefully, that's the other midfielder, Alan. All right, cool. Constructors Championship. Now we're only doing top 5 because who cares about the rest? Probably about 5 points between.
Mate, that's half the damn table.
Exactly. We did 10 drivers, and we're doing 5. There's 2 drivers per team.
Fair enough, man. Fair
enough. 5. So I'm going Mercedes to win again. I think Mercedes have the best partnership. That's the best 2 drivers. As a 2, I think they've got the best two drivers. I still think that Hamilton is the best driver on the circuit. Like Verstappen won, don't get it, but Hamilton is still the best driver. And I think Russell is quick. Russell is very good. So I'll still go with I mean, it probably defeats my my predictions, but you know, you gotta spread your eggs. You gotta balance out your you know, all that shenanigans. So if I'm wrong about the drivers' championship, at least I can be right about the constructors. Can't be in the mud for my predictions. I will go. Obviously, Red Bull second. I say obviously. But yeah, Red Bull second. And Ferrari third. McLaren fourth. And Alpine in fifth. You know what? Red Bull might break the dominance of Mercedes, you know.
Just get on with it, mate.
But I can't put all my eggs into the Red Bull basket.
Go bold, man. Go bold.
I should, innit? I should just go all in. And then one to watch, what, Verstappen?
Nah, go Perez, man. Mix it
That's
up.
not a bloody one to watch, mate.
Yeah, watch him.
It's gonna be one to watch when you got him to win the damn championship.
Yeah, Red Bull. You know what? 8 years has to come to end at some point. I'm gonna go Red Bull. I'm going Red Bull to win it.
All baskets, all your eggs is in the Red Bull basket, mate.
I'm gonna go. Yeah. Red Bull, if you don't do it, you flopped. Nah, top 5 constructors.
Mercedes, Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren, Alpine. It's basically the same as last year. I didn't put no thought into it, I can't lie.
Carl.
Yeah, I think 8 years in a row is enough. I just generally don't think they're gonna do it. Their errors, their error.
Wasn't 7 enough as well?
No, but it was still in their era, the hybrid era. It's just, I couldn't, not put it past them in their era. We're out of the Mercedes era now. We're into a new era. And I'm not even saying anyone's going to dominate it, but I don't think Mercedes is going to win it. So, and this is not even bias or anything, but genuinely, wholeheartedly, I genuinely believe the Constructors Championship is going to go the way of Ferrari.
Ferrari?
Well, it makes sense. You've got Sainz and Leclerc in your top 4.
True. Ferrari's not wrong, but yeah.
So Ferrari really back?
Ferrari's back! Come on! Back! I mean, we won't get the Drivers' Championship. Okay, fair enough. But we'll get clean up everything else. After Ferrari, it's a tough one. Red Bull, Mercedes, McLaren, and then boy, that fifth spot is a pickle, man.
Put Haas, man. Put Haas.
No.
Nah, they'll do a thing. Put Haas.
Please.
How I missed Force India, man. That would have been an easy fifth for me.
Well, ain't Force India.
No. The name change has messed them up. It's not the same anymore.
Wait, who is it? Alpine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Force India was a force to be reckoned with.
That's like when Perez was there.
They were cold. I can't lie. They were actually cold.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Alpine. Let's go Alpine fifth.
Come on, put this game to bed.
Okay, Ramon.
Well,
I think I think you can't. I think it's going to be the same as last year. To be honest, I don't think I think Mercedes will win. I think Verstappen will win the title, and I think Mercedes will win the championship. I do think, as a team, I think Mercedes will be better as a team. I think Russell will be able to. I don't think Perez will take enough points. Well, I said that. I said I had Perez above Russell, but no. I'm gonna spread the eggs in it. I'm gonna spread the eggs. Spread the eggs. Spread the eggs, man. Because I made Neeks not spread the eggs, so I gotta spread the eggs. So I'll go Mercedes first, Red Bull second. I'll go with Ferrari third. I think they'll be closer third than they were last year, but I don't think they'll necessarily be more than that. And then fourth and fifth, I think it's going to be tight, but I'll probably just go McLaren and Alpine as well. Yeah.
Okay. And
Ramon, why are you copying me, bro?
I follow you, bro. Always follow you.
And Jay.
So for me, I will say Mercedes first. Because I think it'll be the same like last season, where they'll probably, try to use Perez to cover off, but then there's other people they have to worry about. So Perez will end up dropping some places. But because they're going to throw the kitchen sink at Max, that means someone else is going to be able to capitalize. So I will go with Ferrari second.
Sorry, who you got first?
Mercedes.
Oh, Mercedes. Oh, okay.
Yep. It'll be a fight. So obviously, if they're going to use this whole Perez tactic, obviously, if Ferrari is as good as people say they are, they will be up there, which means they will be picking up some good points for the constructors to put them into second, and Red Bull third, because I don't even think they care too tough. They just want to win the drivers. Red Bull third. Fourth will be McLaren, and fifth would be, I guess, Alpine. They were the pink Mercedes, weren't they? At one point,
when they were Force India, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll go with them fifth.
Okay. So everyone's got the same teams in the top five, just slightly different orders. Carl's gone bold with Ferrari winning it.
He did? I didn't even hear that, man.
Yes, he did. Ferrari are back. He said that at the start. And finally, the driver to watch. Who you think's one to, standout driver, surprise, or maybe just one that you want to look at and say, you know what, keep an eye on this one because it could be a very, interesting season. Let's say
I'm looking
Mazepin. Interesting season for him.
I'm saying either Norris or Russell. But I'm guessing we have to pick one, so
one to watch.
I will pick. Yeah, they're both one to watch. I will pick Russell. The reason why is because he's now in a top car. I'm not sure how much better the McLaren is to the Mercedes this year. Like I said, it's all over the place. It's all up in the air. But if Mercedes car is as dominant as it usually is, then he would be one to watch, because what would he be able to do with this newfound gift of a brilliant car? Everyone always says, oh, if he was in this car, he would do this, X, Y, Z. So he is now, let's see if he is in this car, what does he now do to it? So that's why he will be one to watch.
I'm going with Kevin Magnussen. The reason why you need to watch out for him is because he's gonna crash into everybody, disrupt the whole thing, and he's the one to watch. And I'm being serious.
Quick question.
One to watch.
Before we go on, what are we expecting from Latifi this year?
Absolute bean all, mate.
Nothing.
Nout. Squat.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nah.
Not a
Isn't
drop.
he at Williams? He's at Williams, Ala.
Yeah, he's at Williams.
Yeah.
Oh, Williams is finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex Albon.
Yes, I'm saying, mate.
Alex 19th at 20th, looking warm and that. Yeah.
Alex Albon's a good little driver.
Yeah.
Wait, who's gonna finish higher? Alex Albon,
Mick
Latifi.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say one of the Haskins.
No, out of the Williams. So
Latifi,
Albon.
Damn, man. He had a whole season, prepared.
Mate, Latifi is rubbish.
Yeah, he's trash.
He finished. Where did he finish? He finished. Was it 6th in one race or something like that? Or was it 8th in there? I can't remember now.
Yeah,
and there was like where Bottas crashed into like half the field in the start.
Did he even get out of Q1 once all last season?
I don't think he did.
No. And George Russell was doing it week in, week out, mate. And he's dreadful. He's absolutely dreadful.
Exactly.
Ramsey, driver to watch.
Driver to watch. I do think George Russell's a driver to watch. You know, I'm just intrigued, man. I'm just intrigued. But the thing is, I'm going Sainz to finish 3rd. I think that's a big call as well. But I'm gonna stick with Russell. I'm gonna stick with Russell. One to watch, man. Just to. Well, I'm. That's the one I'll be watching anyway this year, man, to see what actually happens there.
Kyle.
Honestly, like for me personally, right? Like, I understand picking George Russell. Like, I get it, but if he's like getting podium finishes and he's finishing behind Max and Lewis in the Mercedes car because obviously them two got the best car, then it's just something that's expected. We know he's a
no. I don't know.
I didn't even have him. I don't even have him in my top 5.
That's not
I
even.
don't have him in mind either. Has anyone got
even? That's not even a one to watch.
But Kyle, okay, you say that, but I've got him 6th. Ramsey's got him 6th.
Okay, but
you've got him 6th.
But if we did, I know we didn't, but if we did a prediction last season, right? Honestly, hand on heart, would you have put Bottas 3rd? Coming into the season, because you lot been slating him from before last season.
Probably because I think he came 3rd like the season before.
And that's what I'm saying. Like him finishing 3rd is not like one to watch.
Because we know that Mercedes have got the fastest car, so it's like, and it's like would have been dominating so much. But he's been there. He's been there already. This is Russell's 1st season in a big team at a young age. It's different.
Yeah, I know.
It's not necessarily. I mean, I think the way the question is as well, one to watch. It's not necessarily saying biggest surprise.
The question is perfect.
Yeah, no. I'm saying, but the question is one to watch. It's not like biggest how we've done. Who's going to be the biggest surprise of the season? It's who's the one to watch.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like the underdog.
Yeah,
you're one to watch maybe.
Yeah,
one because you think he's gonna surprise everyone, but it can just be well, this is one to watch because he's made this big move. Like I might have Zoo as the one to watch because it's his 1st season, not because I think he's gonna be he's Zoo.
True. Well, I'll give you my one to watch and the reasons, and I think this person.
Who was Carl's one to watch? I didn't hear.
I haven't picked it yet. Is
you?
I genuinely think if there's anyone that's gonna have like surprise podium finishes and get well into the. That's what I'm saying, bro. You know it, bro. You know it. Big Vouts.
Oh
big Vouts.
Is that you, boy?
I'm crying.
Kazi.
You broke up.
Oh man,
is he even in your top 10, Carl?
No, he's not.
No.
He's not. But that would be a good reason for a one to watch, isn't it? That would be a good reason. But I think that this individual, they could surprise the pack, and I genuinely think like they could be well in the mix for some decent points this season. I reckon they could get 100 points this season, and that's Pierre Gasly. I generally do.
To be fair, he got 100 last year. So.
Sorry, excuse me.
Who's
Wait,
your
sorry.
one?
So who is?
Pierre Gasly.
It's Big Gasly. Okay, so it was not bad. Huh? That was Ramon throwing a spanner in the works.
Yeah, but that's not a bad job. I wouldn't blame anyone for picking it. You know, Valtteri's revenge. Kick me out, Mercedes. I'm coming for them.
You know what? It was mine was gonna be Russell, but now that two of you have picked Russell, I'm gonna pick someone else. So if Russell turns out to be surprised, just remember that I said I was gonna pick him, but you know, I win by default.
I won't remember.
All right, Nat.
won't remember.
But I'm gonna go with Charles Leclerc because obviously you lot gave him the big intro a few years ago, and then backed Ferrari's decision to give Vettel #1 driver spot when I was like, no, you might call it my bias or hatred towards Vettel. It could be, but I was right to say what I said because about 2 minutes into the season, Ferrari knew they made a bad decision to tell Leclerc to give places back to Vettel and all that nonsense because he's a very talented driver. Ferrari, we believe, are going to have a good competitive car this year, which means that he's got an opportunity to fight for race wins week after week or race after race even. And therefore potentially be in a title fight. Now, I'm not expecting him to win it, but Ferrari, for me, should be in the top 3 in terms of constructors, and I think I predicted him to be top 3 in terms of the drivers. If he used to finish 3rd, that would be massive. That's ahead of another Red Bull and ahead of a Red Bull and ahead of a Mercedes, which is massive for anyone. So for me, I'm going to go Charles Leclerc, and I think a lot of you lot got Sainz above him. I like Sainz, but I don't see a potential world champion in Sainz. Now, it could be to do with age. I'm not sure exactly how old he is. I see a potential world champion in Leclerc. Now, it might be the way that Ferrari look at him. Ferrari, I think, look at him probably as a potential world champion. Therefore, they're going to kind of aid him in that way. Whereas Sainz, the way they look at Sainz, or maybe the way I look at them looking at Sainz, is very much, yes, you're equal, but you're not the future. You're not the one we're going to invest everything in. If someone had to go, like for whatever reason, I see them getting rid of Sainz before they get rid of Leclerc. So I'm going to say Leclerc for me. One to watch, and he could be in a title race. That'll be good to see. And then Ferrari will truly be back. But guys, listen, in the comments, drop your.
Wait, Nat did Nat give one?
Nat gave Russell.
Yeah.
Oh, you said
No,
Russell.
Magnussen. Sorry, Magnussen.
Oh, Magnussen.
Magnussen.
I'm gonna crash into everybody this season, innit? So you need to watch out for him.
Well, listen, guys, in the comments, drop your predictions, Drivers' Championship, Constructors' Championship, and who is your one to watch. Make sure you subscribe to Neeks Sports on YouTube, like the video, share the video, follow us on all the social medias and on the audio platforms. The Formula One season 2022 starts here. It's race week.